It's my pleasure to be here and listening the whole day. Very interesting discussion, and it was very interesting that because all the part of the communication industry and the interest partner were on the stage. So some years ago we used the same discussions here. I have a difficult situation because as a closing speech I have to close the door to listen me, but unfortunately it's very difficult how to respond the very interesting topics one hand, other hand how to fulfill the expectation of Delilah, what you asked, to show something about the Hungarian solutions, the Hungarian way, which is I would show I would show the Hungarian way, and you will decide it whether you follow it or not. Always the question, which where is, hello? What should I push, if not this? Okay. Just switch it on, yeah. Okay, why we are speaking about media audit, regulation and transparency again? Not because of this is only a new phenomenon and new things that we are facing, digitalization and new technology and others, but because of the transforming world is questioning all the fundamentals of former norms and values. So the media is not alone anymore in the position of the fourth pillar of the democratic society. The social media itself has already empowered the users, the readers, the viewers, and we have a watchdog. So the users is the watchdog of the watchdog, and the digital technology gives instant answer for the partners about the efficiency, while the traditional media only operate unclear, not measurable effects. And the question mark, the credibility of the content, fake news and others, unfortunately, sometimes driven by advertisers, sometimes driven by politician actors, independently from the side. Unfortunately, it leads questioning the media brand and questioning the audience too. So, and what happened? And the story turns full circle if we are not talking again and again about the trust and about the measuring. We have to refresh the fundamental values in the modern age. The certain media can be independent if there is a supportive, free media system. The free media system can be ensured legally, politically, and economically. Legally guaranteed by the law. Politically, it's somehow we have to keep distance from the politicians, and economically, if you have enough power of purchase in the society. And the media system should support independency, responsibility, and accountability, which means that even in Hungary, we are representing and forcing the self-regulation, and the industry should somehow regulate themselves. You should learn the Hungarian situation that during the changing of regime, the media was not able to create a press council, and we were not able to create self-regulation system. And 10 years ago, the new government, the very powerful government, created a tough regulation about media. But even we have good discussion about it, whether we need or not such a content regulation. But finally, that regulation is turned to co-regulations, the self-regulation bodies like Hungarian Publishers Association cooperating with authority. The Hungarian print market is very crowded. We have nearly 3,000 published titles, 32 dailies, national series dailies, tabloids, business, sport, and regional papers. The total print industry, you can see, 300 million euro in a year. Distribution revenue is 180 million euro in year. Advertising revenue is 120 million million euro in a year, and others and others. Still very profitable, the Hungarian media industry, but you can see it's very fragile. 4.5% return on sales profitable means that if somebody could increase the taxation or labor cost, it would take the profit, which means that one pillar of the independence and the freedom could be hurted. Okay, the share of ad spend, the cake. Last year was the year when online, the digital advertising revenue has already turned the print from the position of second. The TV is the number one. Second is the digital. No. Number one is the online, sorry. Last year was the first year when the online take over the number one position from TV. And 5 years ago was the year when print got the third position, unfortunately. And this is the last years nearly from the end of the crisis, the development of the press, the printed part, advertising trends. Last year was extremely increasing. One of them, the reason of them natural growing of the economy, and of course the state spending, the political campaign and campaigns has disappeared. Yeah, that's the shares. How it's split between the media type. Of course, the dailies nearly takes the half of the advertising revenue of the print market. All the figures we are collecting and we are sharing with Hungarian Publishers Association and other associations. So we are working very transparent in this case. We are following the JIG model and all the interested parties in one bodies. You can see the distribution revenues, the magazine circulation revenues is around 60% of the total, and 40% is the newspaper circulation. And of course, the type of the distribution, even the single copy sales and subscription revenues. Also, it's mainly newsstand sales is dominant. We are also in cooperation with delivery company and distribution company. Also, they are member in our jigs. Okay. And even decreasing sold copies, which depends on the print products, you can see that more than half of the population read print at least once in a week, which is really good for our industry. And these figures are also coming from the National Readership Survey, which is held and managed by Hungarian Publishers Association with JIG, with other partners, advertisers and agencies. Why do we need these figures? We are heavy industry. We are suffered from more side. The digital transformation rise the competition on market rapidly, and the new technologies are based on quick and deep figures users, consumers, and data-driven sales can be easily measured instead of hours. The print production itself depends on natural sources, energy, fiber, paper, labor. Developing and investing are costly, which means that not only our partners need these figures. If we are looking for money, we are looking for marketplace where we should put a new product or developing a new content. We should know what is the market structure and how it's behaving. Okay. The media players, There, okay. I should target you. Media players, industry heavily attacked by political actors. It's independent decide. Always the politicians would like to somehow influencing the media. And we are between industry, so sometimes between two ideas, sometimes between two opinions, sometimes between two partners, advertisers, consumers, but we have to turn to connecting industry. How do we get, please, I'm targeting you. How do we get these figures? I see, and just put that. Yeah, you have already discussed the tools, market research, business research, business intelligence, or federal business Bureau of Investigation, audit, and transparency method. We are using the transparency method. And what kind of ways? Independent, cooperative, or associated, or regulated, or self-regulated method. The Hungarian way, you are lots of times you are getting this phrase, the Hungarian way, mainly from the politicians, that from the early 90s, the players are formed their own associations, even printers, advertisers, publishers. But at the beginning, the major player formed a new jig, which was the MATES, the Hungarian ABC. It's a trusted alliance of association, established in 1903. The first professional non-profit self-regulatory organization in Eastern Europe. 15 advertising agencies and publishing houses and distributors sitting in the chairs, print and digital copies, circulation audit in our services, and 85% of the printed publication of the advertising market is audited. How do we governing? We stand for trust by voluntary accepting following values and principles, transparency, share the data, but support the competition, industry ownership, all the players from the value chain is in the bodies, applying, developing industry standards, self-regulation, complaining process and others, and should be non-profit organization. And we have to ensuring the equidistance from market players, of course. MATES governing structure, General Assembly, everybody has one vote. Board of Directors, it's representing the advertisers, the agencies, distributors, and the publishers. We have a standardizing committee, and General Director, and auditor supplier. Service for partners, you will see. For members, printing, digital audit, print, digital quick report, quarterly. It could be available for money for non-members. 2 times a year issuing certification for title, online analyzing system, using the logo of MATES proof evidence of the audit and complaints procedure if somebody violating the rules. What is the audited and how? Of course, sold copy, newsstand subscription, other type of sales, returns, and free copies. And our method is checking the documents and field research and field analysis we are doing. Reliable quality data about our business for our business. Okay. After 25 years, in 2011, publishers and media agencies decided to build a new jig based on the model of MATES, which is the NOC. This is the National Readership Survey, and we are supplying reliable qualitative data for the market. This is the largest Hungarian research. Every quarter we have 25,000 questionnaires, which is really huge. TNS and others also buy this information from the associations. again, NOC is a consortium for readership measurements, and we have a share in publishers and agencies, 90 and 10% in financing model, and we have in vote dividing for the key decisions, 51% for publishers and 49% for the agencies. And carried out by supplier TNS Hoffman, who are making every 3 years we are tendering, and even Ipsos and Millward Brown has already done in Hungary such a research. Yeah. And which is most important, the rights of the figures and the research is owned by the publishers, and we are able to sell it, and we are able to use it, the vehicle, to put another questions for market research or other campaign researches. ABC and NRS in Hungary, certification necessary for trust. Trust is crucial to our industry. You can see how the advertising market reflect on this. All the monitored media by Kantar spendings is 43%, but the spendings 88% goes to the audited or researched media. The top 200 leading advertisers in print, 93% spend on audited media, which is very good, and even the agencies, 91% they are spending on audited media. Accountability and transparency, what agencies and advertisers says, of course, everybody needs deeper and deeper information about the efficiency of the investment, even for marketing and even for business. So what we believed, transparency is the new norm in business in the 21st century, and I think that this is the right time to say thank you for the organizers and sponsors, USAID, Color Media, and the Ministry, and Asocijacija Media, and the fantastic team. And before the cocktail, that's the next one, yeah. Just my last message, if you do not want to be alone as a between media, you have to search common things, agencies, advertisers, printers, and you will be twin. Thank you very much.